In today's video, I want to introduce you to a very good friend of mine. That friend grows freely in my garden as it does through all Europe and all of the Americas. I am talking, of course, about goldenrod, a beautiful flower which has this lovely golden tone. And I wanted to make a video discussing what the healing properties are of this plant. Now, first off, I feel like I kind of have to explain why I'm doing this, since this is a pagan channel. Paganism for me isn't always about raising your hammer into the sky and invoking the power of the thunder god. I think paganism is perhaps even more so about putting your feet on the ground and falling in love with the land, falling in love with your native land. Now, I often say you can't love something that you cannot know. I mean, if you really love your wife, but you don't really know her, can you really love her? I don't think so. So in order to love the earth, you must know all the things that she does for you. So this video is just for a very, very small part, showing you one tiny thing that she does for you. She grows these flowers naturally. They grow where I live, everywhere. And they have a special kind of medicine. And a special kind of medicine for a special kind of person. If you Google these plants, you will find quite easily that they are good against arthritis. They are good against all types of skin diseases. And they are generally used to stimulate the kidneys and to create more urine, which also makes sense from that skin conditions part, because usually when people have skin conditions, that could also be a sign that their kidneys aren't working as well. You know, the skin is also an organ, and if the kidneys aren't working, the skin starts compensating what the kidneys can't. So if you just give the kidneys a little jump start, that will usually do wonders for a skin condition. I'm not a doctor. I am a nurse, but I'm not a doctor. So not medical advice. Just speaking from experience. But I'd like to go a bit deeper. Like, what does this really do? There was an old medicine man who had a big influence on my life. His name was Archivir. And he said once, he was always amazed that when he came to Europe, you know, everybody wanted to become like this medicine man, you know? Everybody was harassing him. Teach me, teach me. So he just said, listen, if you want to be a medicine man, good. Pick up a leaf from a flower. Pick up a leaf. And talk to this leaf. Let that leaf tell you its medicine. And if you can do that, then you can become a medicine man. If you can't do that, maybe you're better off being a lawyer or something. That's an actual quote from the guy. Now, I love this plant, and I've been talking to it for quite a while. And what it actually does, it gives you power. The main function seems to be stimulating your kidneys and getting it to produce more urine. So you have to think like, okay, kidneys, what do the kidneys symbolize? Well, the kidneys symbolize processing life. Het verwerken van ervaringen, we say in Holland. It helps you process life. So this is a very good medicine for people who feel like they are kind of stuck. And even the people who don't know they are kind of stuck. Because life constantly flows like a river. And sometimes when we have a disease, we don't really have a disease. Yes, we do have a disease, but what we actually have is more of a dis-ease with life. There's something blocking something. This plant lets you piss that all out. It gets life moving again. So there are a lot of people, and this includes me, that sometimes get stuck in our own heads. Get stuck maybe in our own heads because deep down here, you know, we're feeling some things we don't like to feel. So I just draw back into my head. This beautiful plant helps me get things moving again. Because the bad experiences in life, you know, you can't run from them. You can only move through them, and they have to move through you. You have to taste the bitterness, you have to feel the anger, you have to feel the disappointment, you have to feel the tears. Still sometimes you meet men who like don't want to cry. Like, to be honest, I don't cry a lot, but like, there's a time and a place for everything, you know. When you come into this world, what's the first thing you do? You cry, right? God's gave you that. What, you're gonna run from that? But regardless, you have to move through life, also the bad things. This helps you. Now, I've contemplated a lot because this actually has a lovely golden color, hence the name goldenrod. And gold is often associated with boulders. So I was like thinking, are these boulders flowers? And I couldn't really think of a connection. And I actually think I found one. Because boulder is beautiful. And we know two things. He's beautiful and he dies and is reborn. That's his whole story. This stimulates the kidneys. This helps you get rid of old stuff. It helps you move through bad experiences. This helps you, yes, in a certain way, through the cycle of life and rebirth. So, therefore, can we say that goldenrod is Balder's flower? I honestly don't know. Let me know in the comments if I'm onto something. I'm recording this in August, by the way, and that means you can find these right now in forests, on the edge of forests in Europe and all of America. So I recommend you, if you just want to try this, if you want to try a piece of goldenrod tea, that you don't go to a supermarket. I recommend that you do what I'm going to do when I'm done finish this video. I'm going to cut these off and I'm going to hang them to dry in the shed. There's a shed over there. And just going to leave them to dry for a couple of weeks, and then I'm just going to have little pieces in boiled water so I can have goldenrod tea, and I can vigorously piss on anything. I recommend you get the real stuff, because if you get it from like a supermarket, I don't know what's the difference, in the sense that I don't know what they did to it. But when I like have a little cup of tea with this and just from the supermarket, the difference is massive. So if it's possible, find it, ask permission, be respectful, and just politely take a little bit of this stuff and cook your water, put it in there. Okay? So if you ever feel like stuck, and if you ever like have trouble processing what's going on, I highly recommend you try goldenrod tea. Okay. This content has been a bit unusual. I'm not like a big expert on plants and herbal medicine. I do have some experience, and I can only speak from the experience that I have. There probably will be somebody on this channel who has more experience with herbs than I do, because I think it's an important part of paganism. So I would like to revisit this subject of beautiful medicine that our Mother Earth creates from time to time. So if you like that, please let me know. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.